It's late. That phone call lasted quite a while. Let's take a nap. I sat down, thought about what these people were trying to talk to me about. So I'm back. So as I was saying, I'm sitting there and talking about therapy. I've been in therapy for severe PTSD for, like I said, almost a decade. It's not been helping. It's been one person after one person telling me to take these meds after these meds after these meds. That's all the VA has been pushing on me is meds. I've been on, when y'all go back to my house and look, you'll see all the different doggone medications they've had me on just to get me by every day. They don't tell you the side effects of those medications. Like I said, they give you the paperwork that comes with each med in order to say, well, we told them the side effects. No. Okay, good for you. You did the bare fucking minimum. You gave me a piece of paper with a whole bunch of medications.
Weather alert. Tropical storm warning around current location.
All right.
Weather alert. Tornado watch in about 25 miles from current location.
Good to go. So, the VA, this on y'all, man. And I'm going to tell y'all what happened. This has to be like, my brain has been, I'm so at peace right now thinking about how good it's going to feel to finally be over with all this shit. I've had to stay strong for so many of my fellow Marines. Good people. My boy Rodney Neal. My boy Nicholas Harbin. He ain't even deployed. Me and him, we worked together. Right across the hall from me, man. He used to look up to me. Sergeant, check out what I just drew. Good Marines. My boy Neil. Rodney, man. You called me, bruh. I just reached out to you. I still got your message in Facebook where, man, come down to Thomasville. Holler at me. Right before you left. I'm just so tired, y'all. I haven't been able to sleep prior to, so let's backtrack here. So I had a VA appointment, mental health. I go in there, therapist sitting down. He's like, I need the same therapist I've been talking to over the phone and doing video conferencing with for about over a year now. So, monthly, I would have these therapy sessions with him where I would tell him what's going on with my life, how my ex-wife and I have, my ex-wife has been fucking brutal with the lies and the false allegations. This woman know I've never put my hands on her in my life, and she always tells the same story over and over again. He put his hands on me. Then when you ask her specifics, she don't ever know nothing. It's been a constant barrage of lies, trying to make it seem like playing into the narrative. But when you ask her questions, my ex-wife used to be a cop. You see? Which leads back to my first video with this law enforcement, which is some bullshit. They'll let anybody get a gun and badge now. Anybody. I know that for a fact. If they let Angela Joy Tate, used to be Angela Joy Polk, aka Crazy Girl Blue, formerly of the fucking Crips, down in San Diego, California, been to the mental hospital 3 fucking times because literally overdosed on Tylenol PM and walking around Oceanside, California back in 2002. That Angela Joy Tate. Then again, same shit back in 2000, was it 2005? 2005. Right before Melody was born. Right before she got pregnant with Melody. Mental hospital. Nutting up. Accused of delusional. Busting my windows out my cars, my headlights. Driving cars through houses. You'll see. Dig deeper and you'll see what I'm talking about when y'all see this video. That woman, they made her a cop. And when I tell you how good she lies, she has to be the greatest liar I've ever met in my life. She was made to be a fucking cop. They made her, not only did they make her a cop, she was responsible for hiring the interview process for hiring all the other cops that joined the force for El Paso County Sheriff's Office down in Colorado. This woman done had me swatted when I found out about her affair with an inmate. She calls her co-workers and tells them, hey, my husband is suicidal. He's a veteran, combat veteran. He was injured in combat. PTSD. All his guns are missing. And he dropped a shotgun shell on the floor of the garage. Mind you, she had already moved out of my house. She didn't even live there. She came to pick the kids up to take them to Country Buffet in Colorado Springs with her sister. And when she came to pick the kids up, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the range and do what I normally do. So I grabbed my weapons in my case, jumped in my Toyota Tundra, drove down to the range, fired me some shots put some shots down range, got my mind clear, and when I returned back to my house, this woman had done called fucking her co-workers, El Paso County Sheriff's Office, to my house and had me swatted. SWAT team shows up, gun to my head on the ground in front of my house, in front of my kids. Said, oh, he left a suicide note. The cop, this is how good she's a liar. I bought my ex-wife some flowers, and wrote a handwritten note on there. I'm sorry I wasn't the best husband, but I'm trying now. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm sorry. I'm dealing with a lot, but I love y'all and I understand. And I hope you understand that I'm trying. Attached to some of the most beautiful flowers, most expensive flowers I could ever find. And all that woman took was those 3 words. He's a vet. PTSD. Combat. Since that moment, we got divorced. My kids have been the only saving grace that I had. I met Valerie. I got my baby mother. I literally saw her as a saint. Everybody got their flaws, man, you know, but I literally saw her as a saint. Like, she saved my life. I was in shambles after I got my divorce because I couldn't see my kids. You see, that's one thing you don't do is play with people and their kids. So before I jump into that, let me backtrack to this medication stuff what the VA's been giving me, had me taking for almost a decade now. So I've been taking this stuff. You know, it turns you into a zombie, but it keeps you calm. My kids could tell when I'm on it because I'm just sitting there, a shell of a man. Mind's racing 100 miles an hour, but my body is like my mind is a fucking prisoner inside of my body. This is what the VA says I need in order to function. I need to feel, in order to be free, I need to feel like I'm a prisoner inside my own body in order to function in this society. That's how they told me that I needed to be, because I'm too busy thinking about, my mind is pre-consumed, still trying to process all the death, all the shit the shit that happened to me getting fucking blown up. My life. All of that shit that I sat to see over there. The smells. Like, certain smells will set me off and let me think about that place over there. They said I needed to be numb. A zombie, basically, in order to be a fucking American. So you can go fight. Go over there and do what you want to do. Do what we tell you to do. Follow your orders. Lead your men home. Do all of this. But in order to fucking participate and be a part of the country that you fucking just served and sacrificed your whole fucking adult life for, from the time you were 17 fucking years old, you're gonna have to be a zombie now. For almost a decade, I've been a fucking zombie. For almost a decade, I've been sitting up in the middle of the night. I lost my wife. I lost my family. I've lost jobs. Just loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. The people that was there when all of this, when my Marines, they dropping like flies around me. Loss after loss. My granddaddy, my grandma, loss after loss. Just keep losing. Just keep losing. And now it's to the point where I'm finally, but you're a zombie. You can't say nothing. You're not allowed to express those emotions of anger at what you see. You're not allowed to express any fucking emotions. Because not only am I fucking a veteran, I'm a black man. And the worst stigma you can put on a black man is an angry black man. An angry black man is the most dangerous thing besides an intelligent black man. And an angry and intelligent black man, they're going to kill me before I even get a chance to do what I need to do. And that's what they figured out. Make him a zombie. So I get it. The VA was just trying to make me a zombie to keep me alive. Keep me fantasized, because I done seen what the real world is like. My mask had been taken off when I almost died. My mask had been taken off when I watched all those deaths, when all those raids go down, all those convoys where I'm riding around scared as a motherfucker, and a Husky burning the fuck up. Or in a Humvee that ain't even got enough fucking armor on it. This fucking Infinity that I'm driving right now has more goddamn armor protection on those damn over there than the fucking Humvees we was driving in. When they left me on the 4th of July bridge as mortars fucking flying by myself, no motherfucking radio, and I gotta run in there in those fucking chews, which is containerized housing units for you fucking non-military people, where the rocket supposed to have hit the ground and exploded, but it hit a tree and exploded and sent shrapnel raining down on all these doggone Indians and Filipinos and other people that was there to work in the DFAC. That's the chow hall. That's where we go eat at for all you non-fucking military people that ran all the fucking computer labs and cyber stations and stuff like that for the base. Basically, the support personnel, the janitors, the people that clean the base. The mortar hit the fucking tree. I'm in the, man, mortar hits the tree. I'm standing out there in a Humvee. As soon as the mortar goes off, everybody else takes the fuck off. And I'm just standing there. Because my A driver, Sergeant Zavakar, who was from Fort Campbell, Kentucky, wasn't even stationed with us. He was just a chemical, biological NBC guy that was attached to us. He was my A driver. He had to go he was in the fucking Porta-John. When that mortar went off, when that rocket went off, and they kept coming, I opened the Porta-John. Hey man, let's go, Zav. Blood coming out his ears, his pants fucking down, dick swinging. We, 2 fucking sergeants, by ourselves, no radio, running there, go from fucking chew to chew, trying to save people. This happened at 6:38 in the morning. Reason why it's 6:38 in the morning, I know, because all of them are on schedule. They knew that. Every room we went into, the alarm clock was still going. Because that's what time they got up every morning. All you could hear was alarms. And it's the most haunting shit ever. One guy was still in his blanket. Piece of shrapnel had went right through him. Alarm clock blaring. He's about to get up. The shower with a rocket, pieces of shrapnel. It was people in the fucking shower getting dressed, ready to come help us on the fob. That was way back in 2009, 2007, 2008. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Randy, you should be over that by now. Bullshit. How many bodies you had to pull out of the fucking shower? Where was QRF? National Guard unit out there. Texas National Guard. Didn't know shit. Didn't know their ass from their appetite. Had a fucking 60-year-old E5 out there. Less ranked than me. Just promoted to E5. 60 fucking years old. Sergeant Pigors was his name. Head of the QRF. Worked on the railroads. That was his day job. That's your quick reaction force. Those are the people that's supposed to be backing me up. 4th of July bridge. Mortar attack. November 2007. Actually, that was in December 2007. November 2007. The day I get to fucking country, the convoy that's coming to pick me up from Stryker Stables in Baghdad, Specialist Jacob Keeler. Look him up. They were coming to get me. Why is he so special? Why we gotta go pick up one guy? Who is this guy? He must be very important for them to send a whole fucking convoy to come pick this one guy up. Keeler got hit coming to pick me up. IED, rocket RPG hit the fucking MRAP he was in. His gear I had to inventory and send home. We had these Write in the Rain notebooks that you keep in your pocket up under your gear. His plate crumbled in my hands when I lifted up his vest and would put it in the box to get ready to send it back to the States. The burn marks from the shrapnel, pieces of his plates, I had to put it inside of a trash bag and put that bag inside of a box. And then when I got to the uniform that they cut off of him, Keeler's alive. I hope he's still alive. But he survived. Ask Keeler. He had a Write in the Rain notebook in his pocket, right over his left breast pocket. Piece of shrapnel had burned into it, went through his plate. That fucking piece of shrapnel this big burned the paper in the Write in the Rain notebook, singed from that fucking piece of shrapnel that damn near killed him. Coming to get me. Do you know how fucking guilty I feel every time I saw Keeler? Every time I heard the fucking name Keeler. And then they did him dirty. Didn't even give him his 100%. The VA, boy. The VA. It's not about me. It's a lot of stuff. I got plenty more, but I don't want to talk about my experiences. I don't think that's going to be fruitful at this point in the conversation. Because the conversation needs to be had about America. Thank you for your service. Okay, how are you thanking me for my service? Are you trying to be better citizens? Do you really mean that? Is that thank you heartfelt? Or is it just something that you fucking say? Because based on your life that you're living, the examples that you're setting to me, I don't need your fucking thanks. Well, not everybody's bad. I'm not saying everybody's bad. But there's enough, and I ain't saying everybody's, this ain't about good or bad. This is about being fucking better. Better. Stop trying to group people into good people and bad people. We just need people to do better. You see some injustice happening. You see somebody doing something wrong. Man, do something. I've lived my whole life doing shit for people, trying to help them. Like I've people who probably see this, or hear about what happened to me and all this shit, they're probably gonna be like, wow, Pope. Yeah, Pope too. Nobody checked on their strong friend. Marlon Daniels. Whatever I did to you to make you stop speaking to me, bruh, man to man, I hope this gives you peace right here, man. I'm truly sorry. I've been battling, man, and you know it better than I do. I confided in you. It's stuff to this day that I'm gonna take with me. You already know. You know the type of man I am. You know what I've done for you. Ain't no need for me to air this shit out, man. But that broke my heart. Gartrell Frazier. That shit broke my heart, man. Because y'all was supposed to be my brothers. I have nobody. I don't have no brothers. We all went to the Marines together, man. Remember that? Like, you've literally... Pancho, come on, bruh. You needed somewhere to stay, man. My house was wide open to you. Every time. It just kept becoming a pattern. So my goal was to help you stand up. And once you stood up, you turned right around and you pulled your motherfucking pants down and told me to kiss your ass. That broke me, man. I never told you that. I know you thought I was stronger and gonna be the bigger guy and all this stuff, man. But I'm telling you right now, that shit broke me. Trail, cuz. We weren't real cousins, man. We was just two dudes that went to MEPS together. Me, you, and Pancho. And we met up again at Camp Lejeune. Remember you failed out your first MOS school and they sent you to another MOS school. And this happened to be at the same base me and Marlon was at. And we met again. Then we got stationed at Pendleton together, bro. And man, we was the clique. You introduced me to Angie. Well, for the second time. I mean, the things we've been through, cuz. Remember, years had passed, and I found out you was in South Carolina after I had switched over from the Marines to the Army. And as soon as you told me where you stayed, man, I took off and headed down there to go see you. Drove all the way from Virginia down there to South Carolina, spent some time with you, man. Met your wife, your new wife, and your new family. And when I got stationed at Fort Carson, Colorado, and I got my house in Fountain, Colorado, I just got back from that crazy ass tour, the 07-09 tour. And you and your family showed up needing somewhere to stay. Mind you, I was suffering out. You could tell that wasn't me. I was suffering. I literally had just gotten back. I probably wasn't even back a week. You and your wife and kids showed up. I opened my doors to you, man. Provided my vehicle. What was mine was yours. needed anything, cuz all you had to do was come. I admired your talent. You could ball, you could rap. You had so many talents, man. And I've cleaned your house, man. You know, I ain't gonna disparage nobody, but you already know what I'm talking about. The house in Fountain with Max. Y'all just up and left. And I backed my Tundra up. And I was like, nah, man, let me get some of their stuff. Let me save some of this stuff. They might need this. And I stored it at my house. Didn't know if I was going to ever hear from you or see you again. But I didn't touch none of it. I just kept it in my garage. Pulled one of my cars out the garage. One of my Cadillacs out. The one that I gave you to drive, my purple Cadillac that you put in the shop. Didn't have the money to get out, and you lied to me and said it was stolen. And I found it years later. But I still loved you, cuz. I still didn't fault you. Or that house in Barnstormers where you lied to me and said you was buying it, but y'all was actually squatting. And the sheriff came, knocked on the door the day I came over there. Cuz I don't judge you, man. I love you. Who rented the U-Haul? I just got out of fucking surgery. And I'm down there renting a U-Haul for you, man. I couldn't help you move that much. But I tried, did what I could, man. That broke me. When you stopped talking to me. When you start calling me a liar because I was doing things that you couldn't do. I was purchasing homes. I was taking care of my family. Even through divorce, I still was owning, buying properties and taking care and maintaining my kids by myself. I needed you. I fucking needed y'all, man. Just like y'all needed me. I needed y'all. I ain't talking to him. That nigga crazy. Crazy, right? So I'm crazy. Maybe I am crazy. My problem with females, man, I wasn't prepared to be fucking divorced. I stuck through that marriage. It was the worst fucking decision I could have made in my life. That woman literally cheated on me. Trail, you was there. Cuz, you remember. Cheated on me 2 weeks before we got married. Gave me fucking chlamydia. You was there when I beat that dude's ass. So bad he thought we jumped him. And I still married her. You was there, cuz, when she drove that car through the house. Or let Tasha drive that brand new Ford Explorer that I bought her for Christmas. She let her crackhead friend drive it through the house. I got sued for that, cuz. No pay dues for 2 years when I went to Virginia. Right before I was getting ready to go to Virginia when I got selected to go to court reporter school. It's 2002. And then to add insult to injury after she done wrecked the truck, that same crackhead friend Tasha says, hey, I think Randy's like flirting with me. And sitting in my house breaking bread, eating my food after you done ran this doggone house, this truck through a house. man. Angie fucking bust the windows out the only other car we had. The headlights, the back window. I had to drive a 1988 Cadillac Eldorado full of my stuff, full of our stuff, and a dog. Cross country. Report into Virginia. Get to Virginia, we have to live in this shitty apartment because I ain't got no money. Because I'm not getting paid. All thing we had was our travel advance that they give you when you're traveling. And I used that to buy some furniture, to pay the down payment for the rent. The rent was $732. I did all of that, man. And this woman literally was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I literally was gonna divorce her as soon as I got to Virginia. But she was pregnant with Harmony. We found that out in Georgia at my mom's house. And I stuck it out. 16 years. And one mistake having to clean up after the next. "16 years of cleaning up her mess." I can go on and on, but like I said, I'm not disparaging. I'm just giving you a glimpse. So maybe if you don't have any sympathy for me, I don't need your sympathy. I just need your understanding. But you're an American. You don't understand shit that ain't on fucking TV. That ain't fucking force-fed to you. They don't tell you that behind those uniforms, we got real motherfucking lives. Out of all the heroic and crazy shit that we have to do every day, we still gotta go home and live regular, normal fucking lives. We still got kids to raise. And my hat goes out to y'all that have been over there with me, done all this shit, and have seen what I've seen and more or less. It doesn't matter. That was able to do this and maintain your sanity and keep your kids. Y'all had that good support system. And that's the only difference between me and you right now. I ain't got no support system. And by the time I was able to get a good support system, it's already too late for me, man. My cousin Bootman, I ain't seen him in 30 years. 30 years had passed. And I had just, when you stopped talking to me, bruh, I came home and lined myself up with anybody that I felt would understand me. And I ran into Derek Fillmore, psych. And, you know, he had his son with him. And my grandma, he had went to my grandma, Anna, and asked her if she knew anybody had somewhere to stay. And I had this property down there in Wilcox that, you know, I had fixed it up back in 2015, but it just literally sat empty. I rented it out a couple of times, and that didn't work out, so I just let it sit empty. So I was like, yeah, man, go on out there and you can have somewhere to stay. So time went on. I knew I was eventually going to come back home. So after me and Marlon stopped talking, I started, you know, relying on him or confiding in him. There we go, confiding. And, you know, I didn't see the disingenuous behind it because, like I said, I'm a zombie. None of this shit matters, man. But long story short, I bought him a house. It was a single wide trailer. The guy was across the street from me. His name was Alvin Woods. Bought it from him. He used his, I'm gonna upload a video on YouTube, but you'll see a video of this old beat up Chevrolet Silverado 1500. He pulled that doggone single wide trailer with that Silverado across the street. We ain't had no tractor, none of that. And then we got some bricks and we leveled it off ourselves, and we, you know, hooked everything up ourselves. And, you know, that was gonna be for Psych, aka Derek Fillmore, and his son DJ Derek Jr. DJ, don't hate your daddy, man. I need you to just take the good and the bad from people. See what you not gonna do. See the bad shit that they do and say, I ain't gonna do that. And see the good that they do and learn from that, man. Don't hate your dad. But anyway, soon as I get the trailer out there, he moved some strange woman out there, and shit started getting awkward. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I don't even know this lady. And then he starts, then his ex-wife starts, or I thought it was his ex-wife, but it's actually his wife. Keeps running up on me, trying to tell me, oh, that he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. And finally I had to see for myself. And I threw him off. And when I threw him off, I said, you know what, I'm gonna sell all that shit. So I pulled my red 78 Cadillac Sedan DeVille outside to the road and put a for sale sign on it. And I was getting ready to go get a for sale sign put on that single wide. And my cousin Bootman, who had just started working for a Wilcox County road crew, rode by and saw it. And my other cousin, Bam, was driving. They both worked for the county. They saw it. And I left my number on there, and I get a call. Cuz, come outside, blah, 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 blah. Why are you looking at your car? And sure enough, I get outside, and I see Bootman. I ain't seen him in 30 years. And just like that, support system. But it was already too late for me, cuz. Please know that this ain't got nothing to do with you. And if anything I do, if my actions at all cause you any sorrow and pain, cuz, that's the last thing I want you, your wife, little bit, Jamaya, none of your kids, Angel. That's not that wasn't my goal, man. But you've seen what they did to me. You've seen how they did me, cuz. Tell my story, cuz. That part of me. To my mom and my sisters, thank y'all for bearing with me. Y'all know I wasn't the same. Y'all done seen that change in me. Y'all know, I know y'all knew. I'm sorry I didn't return the same happy-go-lucky kid that I was growing up. that would do anything to protect y'all. Tanya, you remember that time I slammed that boy through that porch by messing with you? To this day, he's still scared of me because of that. And that was over 30 years ago. Don't mess with my sister. Nancy, you already know. Trees, you already know. That's one thing my sisters knew. They ain't have to call me every day. But they knew if they called me and said, Randy, I need you, I don't give a fuck what continent, what hemisphere I'm on, I'm coming. They know that. Grandma Lady, I love you. You hear me? I love you. Man, you done been through some stuff. And I've been right there with you, and you've been right there with me. And you already know I got your back, Grandma. No, Anna Jones, the safest woman on earth. And she right there in pits in the midst of all kinds of mess going on. Everybody else stuff getting broken into. But ain't nobody finna touch Grandma Lady stuff. Cause there ain't nobody trying to deal with me. I'm sorry, Grandma. Yolanda? Man, I'll admit, support system. I can't do nothing but smile every time I think about you. Like, I've never met somebody. When I met Yolanda, it's always a tragedy I'm moving from. Tragedy to tragedy. That's the only thing that woke me up, it seemed like. As soon as I get better, I try to adjust and fit in, get some type of normalcy coming. Here come Angie when she took my kids. They was the only thing that kept me sane. And I ain't gonna lie, I leaned on them too much. They were my support system. They knew Daddy was sad. They knew when Daddy was happy. They knew that Daddy was doing the best he could to try to be there for them and give them a normal life. Beauty pageants, Harmony, remember that? But anyway, Yolanda, when I met her, I had left my house in Georgia. I was sleeping in my car. I had a Subaru Legacy. I was sleeping in that motherfucker. Because I was driving back and forth from Georgia to Colorado every 2 weeks to make sure I got a chance to see my kids. I go up to their schools because their mom was acting all funny and wouldn't let me see them. But when I met Yolanda, it was just like a breath of fresh air. She was like a barn find, you know. They don't make people like her no more. And she said the same thing about me. They don't make people like me no more. Somebody that'll literally take their shirt off and give it to somebody if they need it. Done that before. Me and her was like she's just the nicest person ever. And like the first time she lived in this, man, y'all should have seen this. It was like this old Victorian house that they had converted into apartments. So downtown Colorado Springs. And it was all like, it reminded me of my grandma and granddad in them house. Like, you had wood everywhere, and you can tell like it was hand built. Had an old radiator system that used to make these weird noises. You know, it was like a old country house, and I didn't know people still live like that, and she showed me, you know, like, yeah. But anyway, man, we done did so much together. Like, from the jump, she invited me to come over there and eat some gumbo. I still ain't ate your gumbo, but I use that as an excuse. Honestly, I don't even like gumbo. I just wanted to come see you. And from the moment, like, we started talking, you know, I met Talia day before Talia's birthday party. She had a birthday party, I think it was at Skate City. And she didn't even see that I was a zombie. Like, she saw through all of that shit, man. And she saw me. She saw me. And that's all I've been wanting to do, is be seen. And she saw me. I got you, Randy. This ain't going down like this. Come on, let's go. Man, she was, man, that one, man, when I tell you, no greater partner, I've never felt love like that before. Between her and when I met her mom and Mr. Jimmy, and it was just like I was home. That's just what I needed. But again, like I said, it was too late. I had so much shit going on by then. Valerie. I met Yolanda in 2018, January. I met Valerie in 2017, like January. I had just moved home from Colorado. Actually, it was December. I didn't even have no furniture in that house. I had just got that house in Kathleen, Georgia. And I was at Hope Church with my mom. And the pastor was preaching about letting stuff go. So I took my wedding ring off and left it on the altar. And, you know, she came and picked me up. And from the moment I saw her, it was like, wow. We saw each other, and at that time, I wasn't even on no medication. Was I? Yes, I was. I had stopped taking it because I was in between Georgia and Colorado, and I ran out in Colorado, changed my district to Georgia before. Anyway, long story short, at that period of time, so my emotions were high. And we was hot and heavy. Val, you know that. Like, you and Deja came to the house, and, you know, you had your little purse on and your little nose ring and your hair done up and everything, that your natural hairstyles. like you just this beautiful being. Somebody the likes of which I'd never met before. And it kind of made me, it was kind of like a TV episode. It didn't feel real. It felt surreal. Like, this is the most, are you serious? It's one of those things. You remember that house? And I had no furniture. I literally just had a couch and some beds. And I was trying to get the house ready for when my kids came. And you was helping me out. You know, I still got some of them little ornaments that you gave me, those rocks, black rocks that said peace that you gave me. I still got those. So I tried to return the favor. I said, hey, you know, we should try to be together. We shared so many stories. I met your family down there in Alabama. Broke bread with your family. But I was a zombie. I had started back taking those meds again. And I had to leave you again to go get my kids. You were already pregnant with Aldridge. And I never agreed with that name. Like, I wanted you to name him something else, but you and your dad, I know how much you love and respect and honor him, you know, so I went along with it. But I never liked that name. That's why I called him Butterbean. But when Butterbean was born, you know, I watched that doctor rip him out of you and her careless actions and all this other stuff. I've seen all of this, man. It seemed like God, every time, nothing would ever mesh right. I should have told you a long time ago. We hot and heavy. And that's really the only thing that we had going for each other. We be going at it. We made some babies. Which brings us to Saray. I couldn't be there when Ray Ray was born. I couldn't be there for you when you was pregnant with Ray Ray. I regret that to this day. I was trying to get everything together, but you know what? Ain't no excuse. Just an apology from a broken fucking zombie. I was trying to make up for it. I was trying to be there for you. I was telling you things, trying to be a father and just be a part of their lives. I wasn't trying to, like, force my way all the way in because I knew they wasn't used to me yet. And I knew they knew I was a zombie. Them kids knew. Ray Ray knew. She could tell when I was on the meds. She could tell when I was about to get ready to take them. She could tell when I needed to take them. She watches. Butterbean watches RJ and Adonis now, they watch. They were so used to it already. But Ray Ray and Butterbean, they wasn't used to seeing this man with these dead eyes just trying to fucking tell them to do something. They're used to seeing life in their eyes. They're used to seeing you, the way you express yourself, Val. Your eyes express everything. Your eyes can pierce me. Your eyes can pierce you. You're genuine with your eyes match what you're feeling on the inside. Mine don't. And they could tell. They could tell that Daddy got some shit going on up in his head. I better listen to him because, like, whatever it is he got going on up there, I might want to listen to him. Those kids knew Val. But yet, they saw me trying to love them. They saw me trying. They saw it. So that a week ago, Val, when I walked in and I told you I'm on the wrong, I think I took the wrong meds, so I'm really drowsy. I was trying to tell you. I had been up Monday through Thursday. From that Monday to that Thursday, throwing up side effects they ain't telling you about. Remember those papers I was telling y'all they gave you? Oh, it's in the paper, so you should know. Panic attacks. Like vivid fucking dreams where I was throwing up thinking about those dead bodies and shit I had to pull out. The smells from them. The motherfuckers that wasn't dead yet, that was almost there. The ones that just died and just started shitting on themselves in the shower. Throwing up. RJ and Tater Bread. Melody. Melody's there. Thank God Melody was there. Bootman was there, coming to check on me. They knew I wasn't doing good. I was in bad shape. I tried to call you and your phone wasn't working. I wanted to not come up there. But I know how much you love that job. I know how much you love them kids. I know how much you care about me. I know how much we like seeing each other. Even if it's just a hug and a hey and, you know, talking to one another. Like, I wanted the kids to see me and you together. Just so they could say, hey, you know, I seen something normal. I was out of it. I don't know. I literally been grasping at straws here. But here's the truth. When I sat down on that sofa and passed out at your house, when I woke up, I didn't know up from down. I know what I saw when I walked in there. That's why I pulled my camera out and started recording, because I was still dazed and confused. I was stuck between Iraq and fucking here. I was stuck. My baby, she gone. Ray Ray, she was the sweetest little thing, man. I haven't slept a whole, like, you have no idea. I've been trying to rack my brain, trying to figure out what the fuck happened. This the God honest truth. I made her jump, do some exercises, jump. Y'all know y'all didn't have no business back there, jump. Okay, she'll jump a few minutes. You don't want to jump, so you just not gonna jump, huh? So, which is it? I took it as they got used to whoopings and was like, okay, well, I just get a fucking whooping. I ain't gotta jump, I ain't gotta do all of this shit. But I stayed with it until I smelled shit. Val, please, if you don't do nothing else, if this don't convince you that I'm telling you the truth, I don't know what will, Val. Baby Butterbean got some fucking issues. What he was doing in that room with that stick, I'm finna die. So I ain't gotta lie to you. What I was observed what he was doing with that damn stick to my baby was fucking disgusting. I don't know if I was having an out of body experience or what. That's why I pulled my phone out. I didn't do that for you. I didn't do that for the police. I did that shit for me because I wasn't sure. I woke up. If you listen to the video, Val, you'll hear it. I woke up and this is what I think I saw. Like, this is what I saw. I looked around, like, I was telling Ray Ray this, like, I'm going over in my head out loud trying to figure out what the fuck did I just see. You don't have to believe me. You was there when I whooped her that morning. You was there when I whooped Al that morning. I didn't leave no fucking bruises on them like that. You know that. You saw that. I was asleep. You was there when I fell asleep. You ain't never seen me that tired before. Like I said, man, zombie. I got her to the hospital, baby. But other than that, like, I remember, like, willing myself through that whole situation, that whole ordeal. I'm, like, crying and carrying on because I know I'm a fucking zombie. I know my baby is gone. And I'm truly, 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 truly sorry. I'm truly sorry. And I promise you, I'm going to go look for it when I get up there or down there or whatever the fuck comes after this. She didn't deserve none of that. I was trying to be gentle. Normally I am, but I don't think I was gentle. I think I was more in shock than anything from what I witnessed our son doing. I recorded it. I wanted you to see it because it was just that outrageous. No matter how big of a zombie I am, like I said, I would never fucking hurt my baby. I whoop them. Butterbean and Ray Ray got whoopings because you whooped them. That's your house. I follow your house rules, but when they at my house, you know I don't whoop them chillers. They be standing in that doggone corner until they done missed the whole doggone day for the most part, until they can say, this is why I did this. We had 2 different households. I hate whooping them children. I hate that shit. I done had Angie go in the courtroom and lie. I done had everybody lie on me, tell me some crazy shit about me. But the truth is, ask them kids. And Val, I'm going to tell you to do the same thing I told that judge. When you get the opportunity to, when I'm gone, the threat is over. They should be able to the perceived fucking threat that the criminal justice system is trying to make me out to be, it's done. They will have no reasons to be involved. Everybody can come home. So I'm doing this for y'all too. And I'm doing this video so you'll know, Val, I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, God, honest truth. What Butterbean was doing to that baby with that stick, I was trying to, like I said, if I'm delusional, if I was having a fucking psychotic break from these damn meds or something, like you or your sister been putting out and shit, I've never had one like that before. But when I walked back there and I saw that, I called Deja back there to verify if that was what I saw was what the fuck I saw. Our son needs help. I hope you know that. I've been trying to tell you this for the longest. My problem is, everybody's problem is they've been trying to spare your feelings. Brother, that house is a fucking mess. Them kids craved attention. You're going to see a video that I put up from when Ray Ray was first born, or when she was born the first time I met her. I'm going to put it on here after I put this one up. Or it's going to be on here before I put these up. You're going to see. Look at his face when he sees Ray Ray getting attention. I need you to think. But I know you're coming from me. Who the fuck am I? I'm just a fucking crazy PTSD psychopath, according to you and your family. And that's sad. But that's America. That's what they reduce black men to. Stereotypes. Liars. Looking at death and still making bullshit up. Dismiss him. He don't know what he's talking about. When I'm telling you, I raised D'Angelo from the time he was 9 years old. When I found out about him, reactive attachment disorder. Looked that up. Brought him into the house, didn't know nothing about him. Did all of this stuff. Watched him fucking terrorize those girls. terrorize the people at school. The same shit Butterbean is doing. Instead of him jumping up on the mirror, the thing, and pissing on the mirror, he used to sit next to people, sit next to a girl, and just literally put his hands up her skirt. He'd take and touch whatever he wanted. He didn't care about the consequences. I'm telling you from experience. I didn't want that for. Maybe I was being overreactive, but it wouldn't help to get him some therapy to address those issues. The school saw it. Because guess what? He gonna grow up and be a black man too. And the same shit that I'm dealing with now, not from the VA and the combat and all that shit, but just being believed and not being perceived as angry or crazy or less than. Those are the issues he's gonna have to deal with. RJ and Adonis, boy, love y'all, man. Take care of one another. Melody, I love you. Harmony, I love you. D, I love you. My oldest new daughter. Keep doing your thing. Check on your brothers and sisters. You got a lot. You got a whole bunch of them on your mama's side. You got a whole bunch of them from me. Yolanda, I love you. Stormy, you was like the most volatile shit I've ever been through in my life. I ain't saying nothing negative. This ain't disparaging. I'm just telling you, like, yeah, I don't know what to say when it comes to me and you. I just know that, you know, I was prepared for something. You were something I totally didn't expect. In any aspect of my life. And I hope you and Seven grow up. I know you're gonna make sure Seven has everything that this world has to offer for her. Don't get out the Army. Keep going. Bounce back from whatever the fuck happened and keep going. You thrive in that environment. And Seven need to see you thrive. You love what you do. You're an awesome leader. Work on that integrity. Set the example. And for God's sakes, keep doing your mental health and working on you. Yolanda, take care of all this business I done gave you to take care of. I ain't leave you empty-handed, but I just want you to take care of them children. Fight, get them children. Show them what you showed me. Keep showing them what you've been showing them. It's about that time.